Joining me now is Greg Beischer, President and CEO at Alaska Energy Metals. We meet again, sir. How are you?
Very good.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
So last time we spoke, you said you thought that you'd be able to get to a maiden resource for the Nikolai project in an expedited fashion, and you did that. And so you're looking at an inferred resource of about 1.5 million pounds. So what are some of nickel? And so what are some of the highlights here?
Yeah, well, actually, it's 1.5 billion with a B.
That's what I meant. That's a little bit more.
And it's a sizable deposit, actually sizable two deposits. They're spread apart by about 2 kilometers, but contain between the two of them 1.5 billion pounds of copper, plus nickel, plus copper, plus cobalt, plus platinum and palladium. Combined, it's over 2 billion pounds of contained nickel equivalent metal. So I think we did very well by paying $1 million for that historical information that allowed us to accelerate and calculate that resource way ahead of time.
Yeah, sounds good. Now, you say that the Eureka deposit, it's consistent, it's predictable, and evolving into probably one of the largest nickel resources on the continent. So when you eventually throw in 2023 assay results, what are we looking at then?
Right, so it is amazingly consistent. I mean, we drilled 8 holes last summer, and the grade of each one of them came back between 0.33 and 0.35% nickel equivalent. And these holes are spread 300 meters apart. So that's over a 1.2 kilometer strike length that is that homogeneous. And yet every hole over the 12 kilometer strike length has almost the same grade. So I've never quite seen anything like it as a geologist, and it's thick. It's 300 meters. So we've got 1.5 billion pounds of nickel now. A few weeks from now, I'm going to be able to add in the 8 holes that we drilled last summer. And my estimate is that's going to at least double the resource that we brought.
Right.
So somewhere in the 3 billion pound range, which is getting up there at that point.
Yeah, and that's with a B, right? That's with a B. Yeah, so that we're talking big numbers here. So you've got an ambitious and expanded drilling program set for the summer. What are the general plans?
The general plan is to drill roughly 15,000 meters, 26 holes, and that'll get us a deposit that has a 5 kilometer strike length and should contain somewhere in the 7 billion pound range. And the reason we want to get to that size is we know then we can show clearly that there would be, in a mining scenario, a multi-decade mine life with the same grade year to year to year. And that's got to be attractive to a major mining company.
And against the backdrop of a North American continent that needs nickel, especially in the U.S., you say the Alaska Energy Metals story is really resonating with investors. So can you sum it up here? We're talking big numbers, and it sounds exciting.
Yeah, I think it is resonating. But to be honest, we've been really helped a lot by Canada Nickel in the last couple of weeks, where they have a very similar project to ours. We're catching up to them in terms of size of the contained metal, but they've had strategic investments from first Agnico Eagle, which I found very surprising. Agnico, as you know, a only gold-centric company, or were, and I know they're very bright people. They do know the Abitibi, and so they must have felt highly compelled by the Canada Nickel story to deviate from gold and to put in that much money. But that was doubled by an investment from Samsung, who wants the offtake to make batteries. And it's a 2-part deal. Samsung can come in later at a construction phase at a specific share price that would value the Canada Nickel deposit at $1 billion. So right now, Canada Nickel's got a market cap of about 300 million. Ours is about 30 million. We're going to catch up in terms of size. The grade of our deposit is slightly better. So I don't think it's unreasonable that we'll have a market cap of $300 million within the next 18 to 24 months.
Fascinating. I did see that story about Canada Nickel and the Globe a while ago. And just lastly, continuing with that theme, so you think you're maybe 18 months behind what they're doing?
I think we can expect, now that we've published a resource, that strategic investors would start to come knocking on that door. And I'm particularly interested in investments from, say, a battery company, car company that wants guaranteed raw. You know, it's crazy. These car companies are building multi-billion-dollar battery plants, but there's no clear sight on the raw materials to make the actual batteries. So I expect they're going to want to lock in supply.
Okay, we'll watch out for that and be following. Thanks, Gregory.
Thanks very much.
All right, good stuff. Greg Beischer, he is the president and CEO at Alaska Energy Metals.